Good afternoon. Now, before we begin, I have a quick question. Have you ever wanted to try a new restaurant or a new website that you've never ordered off of before? I know personally that I have definitely been in this situation. And in order to overcome my indecisiveness, I always have to go and do some background research. Now, when I do this online, I always look for two main things in the reviews: the ratings as well as pictures, because those two things help me feel way more comfortable with my decision on whether or not I would still like to visit this restaurant or purchase something from a website. Now, I know for a fact I have not been the only person that has been in this predicament. So that's why I would just like to say that reviews play a huge role in a business. Whether they're good or bad, they help shape the way customers perceive it. This can definitely help grow your clientele and recognition, or it can show you what you are lacking and what should be improved. One day, a group of friends decided that they wanted to go out and have a great time and enjoy each other. So they decided it would be a good idea to go out for brunch because at that point in time it was growing in popularity. So they decided to go to this one restaurant and they did notice some minor issues. And although the atmosphere and food was amazing, those minor issues definitely made them feel a bit uncomfortable and they weren't sure if they would like to come back. They also looked around and noticed that other customers and guests in the restaurant were paying attention to the same things. And it kind of raised an eyebrow because no one on the staff was acknowledging it. So, after going out a few more times and realizing that the same issues were repeating within other restaurants, the friend group decided to start their own company called Consults and Results Incorporated to help build up those restaurants that are lacking in some areas and to make a name for themselves. Consults and Results Incorporated was founded in 2017. After we came out, we became one of the most sought after places in Atlanta, Georgia. Our love and desire for brunch has driven us to want to get other brunch establishments to make a name for themselves. We make sure we keep active communication between all employees and clients to make sure that they understand and agree with the suggestions that we give them to get their business to boost. Our main goal is to make sure that all establishments flourish and do extremely well for themselves. This information is extremely life-changing because it can make a huge impact on your career. Clients and customers look at every aspect of a business, and whether it's small, large, any detail, they're going to pay attention to it. And being able to appeal to their likings and their standards will continuously draw them back to coming back and being more loyal to you and your company. My name is Jamari, right? And I'm one of the junior execs on the Consults and Results Incorporated team. My personal expertise is in customer service, overall brand image, and customer satisfaction. I personally found that these three factors help boost ratings and recognition in a matter of days. Now, this experience is extremely important because it allows customers to see the change and effort put into the establishment to cater to their likings, as well as showing that you care. The restaurant that I reviewed is called Milk and Honey, and it's located in Atlanta, Georgia. This well-known brunch establishment is extremely popular from their all-day brunch menu. Now, they've been in business since 2019. And a couple competitors that they have is Breakfast at Barney's, which is also located in Atlanta, Georgia, and The Hive in Buckhead. Now, these two competitors both serve brunch and all-day breakfast and are extremely busy and have a great clientele. However, customer service is not the best in these establishments either. Now, Milk and Honey has had some of the best reviews ever. They range from how fresh the food is to the great customer service. One customer made a review on Google and said, "I love this restaurant. The food is always fresh and absolutely delicious. The man that greets and seats you at the Cascade location offers the most exceptional customer service. The way they're handling the pandemic by having all guests who choose to dine in be seated on the outside patio really gives a safer feeling when dining in. The patio is covered. The time of the day we went was not too hot, so it was very comfortable with the breeze. If you're trying to decide to visit this wonderful establishment, do not give it another thought. Head on over as soon as you have time. You will be glad you did." Piggybacking off of the extremely excellent customer service from the previous review, the atmosphere as well is amazing. One review says this restaurant is awesome. My husband and I came for a midday brunch and the atmosphere was great. Our waiter service gave outstanding service. All the staff were friendly and observant. The food was amazing, and they said that they will definitely be added to our rotation of day spots. This is amazing for the Milk and Honey establishment because it's definitely showing that it's grabbing people's attention and pulling them back in. And from the reviews that I've seen so far, they are definitely going to have some returning customers. On the other hand, Milk and Honey has had some unsatisfactory reviews, ranging from long wait times for tables and for food. One customer replied on Yelp that this was her first and last time going. She came on a Sunday, so she knew that it would be packed, but it was extremely unorganized to her. She walked in and waited to order her food, but that took about 30 minutes. And then she said she had to wait to be seated. In total, she said that she was there for about an hour and a half, and she didn't get a table. So that is showing that there has to be some changes because multiple people have mentioned this issue. Along with the excessive wait times for seating and for food, there was also a complaint about cleanliness. So there was a review written by Tori, and she said that once she got up to the counter and asked what the wait was, they told her it was an hour and 30 minutes. So here we have again an issue with the excessive waiting to be serviced. So she also mentioned that as she was speaking to the cashier, she saw a roach crawling on the menu. And then she saw another one crawling on the wall right behind the cashier where they were cutting exposed fruit on a metal bare table. So that really does not sound appeasing to anyone. If anything, that would definitely turn someone away. So we have to make sure that we are up to date and we are constantly cleaning and making sure that everything is up to standard. Now, this information is extremely important and is extremely relevant because it can make or break your restaurant. When customers are thinking about trying your restaurant for the very first time, they're gonna go to these review sites and see what they're saying and see how you're responding to them as well. And although there's great food and exceptional customer service, we have to make sure that the wait times don't drive people away, because an hour and a half will make someone turn around and go somewhere else, as well as the cleanliness, because nobody wants to hear that a roach was in the establishment that they would like to enjoy eating at. Now, I do have some great recommendations for this restaurant to increase and boost their clientele. For one, you can reply to the reviews, because I did notice that there weren't any replies to the guests who have left positive and negative reviews. So replying to them, letting them know that you see what they're saying and that you understand them and that there's going to be a change will actually draw them back to come back and give a second chance. The next recommendation that I will suggest is to try to have a better cleaning schedule where a professional comes in, as these accusations with roaches and insects and bugs in the restaurant, that is extremely terrible. So in order to avoid any of that from another person, try to get someone in, or a professional, or just take different precautions when cleaning, because we want to make sure that cleanliness is everything. If someone sees that something is back where their food is, that it doesn't belong, they're not going to be too happy about it. And they definitely will spread the word, and word will get around fast, and we do not want anyone's business to go down. My very last recommendation is that you make the restaurant look like it's worth the wait. Now, everyone does say that the food is worth it, but you need to make your customers feel comfortable and make them feel like they don't mind waiting. Now, there are a few risks that this restaurant does face, and the long wait times play a great part in that. So instead of having people wait as long, make make it possible to where they can order online and pick up their food within a timely manner. Or if they would like to make a to-go order, then they would have that option. Another incentive that I feel would help is to offer other incentives to the customers. That will drive them to come back, and it will keep them coming back for more and more, because they know there's something in it for them in the end. I would recommend having a maximized table turnover time, because it is very threatening when, again, the hour and a half wait to be seated, that can drive someone away. So in order to avoid that, let's maximize our table turnover times to where while someone is coming in, it doesn't take them as long to get seated, whether that's adding more tables or providing a faster service. Here we have our SWOT analysis, where you can see your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats towards your business. This analysis chart really helps to see where you are progressing and where you can use more help. In summary, managing your restaurant reviews can be extremely impactful towards your business establishment. It allows customers to recognize your efforts as well as expressing how their experience was in your business. Feedback matters. Replying to the reviews you get, whether they're good or bad, it matters. I also suggest that you check reviews every 3 to 5 days so that you can stay on top of the recent ones and so that you know what's going on and how well you're doing. Again, you can strengthen your position by actively responding to reviews, offering incentives to customers to drive them back to the restaurant, and improving wait times, and also appealing to your guests' likings and suggestions. I really enjoyed having this opportunity on helping and guiding this company on their restaurant journey and giving them recommendations on how they could improve everything that they have going on. Please feel free to reach out to us via email at consultsandresultsinc@gmail.com, by phone at 770-123-4567, or you can visit us at our website at consultsandresultsinc.com. Lastly, we have our promotional item. We want to say thank you again, and we're having this coffee mug with our logo and Consults and Results on it to remind you that every time you take a sip of coffee or tea, that we are here to help.